a sinner, left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner.
Welcome back to I Wani Hug That Gator. Back in history class, Miss Prockling continues prattling on about. And after the final offensive that left the entire city of Triceratoptis destroyed, the Chthonian hegemony was defeated, bringing an end to their crimes against both Dino and humankind. With that, the Dino-Human War came to an end, and peace was finally declared after 10 years of strife. Of course, there was the matter of rebuilding and dousing all the fires still burning, as well as what to do with all the bodies and... I should probably care more about Prockling's lecture, since history has extremely strong cultural connotations, but man is it boring. Ahead of me, Olivia has returned to her defeated sullen, deflated gloom. She's not glaring back at me, so she's probably over whatever that was. Or she still doesn't know I'm here. Boy, will that be entertaining to see. Assuming I don't end up with a mechanical pencil jammed through a lens. The other students are These other students are also bored, only occasionally marking down somewhat whenever it sounds like it'll be on a review sheet at the end of the week. There is, of course, no more notes passing today. Miss Prockling, effusion yesterday, must still be on their minds. There won't be any more chances, and even though she doesn't seem threatened on her own, the consequences would be dire. Especially if she can call Sully over like her own personal enforcer. There's simply no getting around it. There's just a period we'll have to sit through. And there isn't even any solidarity to be had in our shared misery. It's simply the reality of high school history class. Only saving grace is that she isn't stalking around the room looking for us to do something wrong. Instead, we're being lectured at. My hand mechanically copies down whatever she's written on the board. While I should be also paying attention to what Miss Prockling is saying, I'm more than certain that we'll be reading the exact same thing in our history textbooks. So my eyes wander away from her and the board to scan over my peers, all equally as bored and feigning interest. Eventually there's a bit of movement ahead of me. What's she up to now? Olivia folds a sheet of notebook paper back and forth discreetly, creating a deep crease. Then she flicks her finger and runs it along the crease and gently pulls. The paper rips along the seam silently. Oh, is she really risking it? What's she even got to gain? It's just a note-passing game. Maybe she feels bad because she got caught yesterday? Oh boy. Olivia passes the note to her left. The student next to her raises an eyebrow, but surprisingly takes the note. And immediately passes it on without looking at it. One by one, my classmates pass the note along to the next. Nobody dares open the note and write something in it. I'm surreptitiously keep track of the note in the corner of my eye as it makes its circuit around the room. Thankfully, Miss Prockling's eyes are focused on the board when I feel a tap on my shoulder. I reach for my ear as if to give it a scratch, and the folded page is pushed into my waiting fingers and against my ear. As I feel the edge grind against my earlobe, I chew my lips to keep the hiss of pain contained. Probably unintentional, but a paper cut still stings bad, especially on such a fleshy part. My fingers toy with the bundle of paper now at my desk. No one else had bothered with it. I wouldn't exactly call it an empty canvas, but there could be potential here. There's a crumpling noise beneath my fingertips. Must have unfolded it while I was thinking. Looking at the sole doodle on the sheet, I see a pretty simple rat drawing with a very realistic hand next to it giving it a thumbs up. There's plenty of space this time. And Miss Prockling is preoccupied at the front. I doubt she'd even notice. The temptation is there, making my fingers itch at finally getting a real chance to do something fun in this sleep-inducing class. In fact, I've the perfect idea in mind that'd catch Olivia's attention. If that doesn't ruin everything, that is. She's not uncompassionate, but Miss Prockling has a lot less tolerance for horseplay in her class. We probably wouldn't get another chance. And going by Coach Sully's one-chance policy and how these guys aren't even considering playing along, I bet it really wouldn't be pretty. Kind of makes me concerned for Olivia. I could just hold on to the note and give it back after class. Heck, Olivia would never know. I don't think she even knows I'm in the class. Draw a Gator girl in a half pipe. What life without taking risks. I wait for Miss Prockling to start a new tangent to make sure I have enough time. She just said something about a single continent movement. Time to move. This is going to basically be a stick figure, but it's just a doodle. If only you could doodle a photograph. I'm not sure what I mean by that. I also don't know how to draw a wheelchair. In the end, it looks more like an abstract depiction of a bow-legged T-Rex than what I wanted. Oops, it'll have to do. I check it over one last time as I had the conceptualization to improve it. Ah well. I pass the note forwards, careful not to notify the teacher. Olivia takes the note over her shoulder once more, not checking it. She seems to deflate a bit on opening the note. Probably because all the blank space. Doesn't look like she recognized whatever I did either. Maybe I should talk about it with her after class? I don't know. Seems like an okay thing to do. She just passed the note again. What? Once more, the process of students taking the note and passing it along without looking at it. Although this time it's a little more collectively annoyed. It probably won't go around again. Why the heck would Olivia send the note around again? Nobody's going to change their minds and draw something now. Is it desperation? Thoughtlessness? Whatever it is, the note is coming my way. Once I take it, I confirm that yes, once again, nobody else wrote anything. However, there's a new doodle of a rat with a flamethrower from Olivia. Cute. Alright, guess this time I'll draw. How about adding myself to the sketch of the half-pipe? This time I just depict myself as a stick figure. No use trying to go outside my skill level for a note passing game. It's simple enough to do. I even include my sunglasses. Yeah, I'm liking this. Maybe I should make sure that Miss Prockling isn't looking my way. Yep, she's not right now. I'm in luck. Alright, time to pass this on. I pass the note forward once more. Olivia pinches the note between two fingers, still not looking back. I keep saying that, but I guess it's not weird. Why would you look back in that situation? She checks the note and looks a bit down again. She glances up to the corner I'd drawn in. I nearly fall out of my seat from the sudden loud noise. There's a moment of unwavering silence before a voice speaks up. Miss Halford? The girl in question shrinks in her seat in embarrassment. Oh, right, I remember what voice I gave her. Sorry, Miss Prockling, I saw a spider. Miss Prockling simply sighs, muttering to herself and turning her attention back to writing more notes on the board. She turns her head back slowly, just enough to be able to make eye contact with me. While she eyes me judging contempt and curiosity, I see her hand is tenderly massaging the tip of her tail. Looking at the floor, I think she managed to chip the linoleum. As soon as Prockling turns around to continue teaching, Olivia scribbles something down. She turns to me once more, hesitating, then flicks the note in my direction. It completely misses me. I try to catch it midair, but end up slamming my face into my desk to get it. Mr. Nito, what was that noise? I palm the note into my sleeve and strain to keep my injured eye open. The teacher probably meant the footstep stomping. I found the spider, Miss Prockling. The teacher grimaces. That better be cleaned up by the end of class then, Mr. Nito. Yes, ma'am. I breathe a sigh of relief as my excuse weathers Miss Prockling's stare. She turns a few pages in a textbook laying on her desk, instructing the class to do the same as she searches for something. Oh my god, you stupid fucking students always fucking killing spiders in my class. Why are there so many spiders in my damn class? There is now a surprisingly detailed dodgeball whizzing towards my stick figure's head. I want to be upset, but I find myself admiring her motion lines. Seriously, she should be an animator. I mull over what to add and settle on giving a large rat sunglasses as well. A few seconds later, he looks twice as cool as before. I look up at Olivia, pondering how to get it back to her, then a sinister idea comes to mind. Her hood hangs open as it rests on her neck, or on her back. It's a tough shot, but... Bingo! Olivia scratches the back of her neck and finds the note. She looks back with squinted eyes, judging my intent and scanning me for foul play. She mouths something to me, a question, I think, but I'm not the most apt lip reader. Especially when said lips are thrice as long as humans. Still, she unfolds the page, and seconds later, she's already added a new sketch and folds it up again. The note lands neatly on my desk this time, and I inspect the latest edition. More rats doing decidedly non-rat activities. I wonder what she'd think of a cat this time. We continue passing the sheet back and forth, adding new sketches and adding to others. My fingers are starting to tire when Miss Prockling addresses Olivia. All right, Miss Halford, you may leave now. Everyone else, you may take the last 5 minutes to start your homework. Olivia takes her time to pack away her supplies, occasionally glancing my way. Gone is the paranoia. It's now become just plain confusion. As if I wouldn't play the doodle game thing with her. Even as she wheels out of the room, I notice her eyes still on me. I give her a wave goodbye as she seems shocked by that, turning her head and finally passing through the doorway. Right then, homework. Ah, crap. Only now occurs to me there's a pretty good reason the teacher doesn't want us slacking off during class. For the last 5 minutes, I try to speed read the second chapter in its entirety. Failing to get any good information to use for today's homework, I resolve just checking online for lectures that's not as boring. Maybe one with a good animation even. When the rest of us are finally excused, I realize that I've still got the page full of doodles. Considering all the stuff on it, it'd feel like a waste to just toss it away. I decide to keep it, slipping it into one of my binder's extra plastic sleeves. With everything safely packed away, I shoulder my backpack and exit the room. Yay! I thought it showed it originally. I can't remember. Man, now I get why Olivia gets to leave some classes early. The halls are so packed and chaotic once class ends, I always end up being pushed around by rowdy students headed towards their next class. Once school ends, it's even worse. When I saw it yesterday, it was something else. The word riptide comes to mind. I ended up just waiting around for a few minutes for the flow to die down. It's looking like that's just going to be my routine now. I pass by a few more art displays on my way to the stairs back to the first floor. This isn't the art wing, but there's still a bunch of displays up. Maybe there simply isn't enough space? Something presses into my chest and lurches me to stop. It's Olivia holding an arm out to stop me. She's still staring up at me, though less suspiciously. Her jaws open, but no sound comes out. She realizes her hand is still out and retracts awkwardly, indecisively darting between her hoodie pocket and our armrest. Is she expecting something? Oh, the note maybe? Hey, you could have told me. Huh? That you were in Miss Prockling's class too. You could have mentioned that. Sorry, guess I was sort of aiming for a bit of a dramatic reveal there. She brushes her hair aside. Well, whatever. Later, I guess. Why'd you stop me out here? She stops her chair mid-turn, with gray eyes contemplating the dirty floor. I don't really get you. Olivia's eyes turn back to me, and now I can see the nervousness in her pupils. Why do you care? Why indeed? Well, I guess the main reason is I want to be friends. With me, though? Sure. Those tiny moments in which I saw the Gator girl hyper-animate come to mind, and I can't help but smile. Those small shows of just genuine feeling. I think Mr. Latican was right, honestly. Olivia hums in disagreement, finally turning away. Aw, crap, maybe that was too forward of me. I swing my backpack around so I can reach inside. I still have that note. Note? What, with the doodles from class right now? Why? Just figured you'd want it. It was fun filling it out and all. Just as I'm about to pull out my binder, the Gator girl looks back at me and shakes her head. It's just doodles, you can throw it out. Keep it. If it's so important. For the briefest second, I swore I saw her mouth form a tiny smile. But now she's back to looking neutrally at... Oh, didn't notice the school had elevators. Why don't more people use it? She flashes a card from her backpack. So, it's part of her accommodations, makes sense. By now, the hallway is cleared up a bit. The elevator arrives and Olivia rolls in. She moves an arm to push the button to jam the key into the slot. What's that look for? You coming? Oh! I slide in beside Olivia just before the doors close. I live! It's probably safe to catch your foot in or just reopen, but man, this thing is ancient. There's an inspection certification lazily plastered above the door from the side. It's covered in coffee stains and other signs of age. Is this thing really safe? Olivia shrugs. What's the worst that could happen? Our legs break? She eyes me with a smirk. This may have been a mistake. Ka-chink! My heart drops as the space around me seems to drop for a split second. The sound of the worn-out elevator mechanics fills the cramped space. I don't want to die. How slow is this thing? I look over to Olivia. She uses the thing daily. Surely it normally runs smoother. Her mouth hangs slightly open in an amused grin, watching my sudden onset claustrophobia. Relax, dude. This is normal. Alright, this is normal. This thing jostling around like it's going to drop us at any second is completely normal. When we reach the bottom, the doors clunk open and I practically fall out. Olivia casually rolls from behind, somehow I sense with a degree of superiority. Anyway, see you later. Oh, yeah, see you later. Olivia rounds a corner and I'm left on my lonesome. My senses return to me and I start making my way to the metro station. I live! Oh, it's just our bro here. As I make the journey home, it strikes me how much progress I've made with Olivia. It's definitely still in its awkward phase, but I can see that she's opening up little by little. And it's starting to become amusing seeing her get confused by my friendly gestures. All in all, I got a pretty good feeling about this. Liz and Ben sure were overreacting, though. I'll be sure to tell them all about it. A week into September has come and gone, and I'm finally feeling I'm finally used to saying Hammond. Things have been going pretty smoothly lately, if I do say so myself. Over the past week or so, I've been getting more and more used to my new friends, learning new quirks of them daily over lunch in our classes. Like Olivia's penchant for tail whips. As I sit in the metro to school, my foot comes up to prod the tender spot in my shin. I also learned not to borrow Olivia's stuff without asking. She usually tries to keep it to herself, even when we're partnered up, but I do my best to play nice. Not to say she's being rude or anything, just quiet. More and more, I kind of figured that part of her silence was just nerves. Accepting that silent facet, while figuring out she's just nervous, I think we've found some small understanding between us. Enough that I think she's starting to see me as a friend now. Among other things, Damien and Liz had given me their numbers. Or rather, Damien gave both his and Liz's number. At first, I thought that Liz would be mad at Damien, had basically doxed her, but she didn't seem to mind when he explained his reason. I also got Ben's number since he figured we'd be doing a lot more team projects in photography class. My eyes roll over the past messages from my new friends. I became so engrossed rereading them that I nearly missed the announcement up for my stop. I scrambled to get off the metro, the doors closing, just catching my jacket and forcing me to yank it out before I'm dragged down the tracks. Not going to let that bring my mood down, though. It's Friday, meaning after today comes the weekend. It's a quick walk from the station, and I can see the school enter my field of view now. The school looks completely barren. Is it closed? Weird. I look around at some small stores in the surrounding the school, the ones that are usually staffed by student workers. They're also empty. One of them has lights on, but it looks just like the manager's looking over some paperwork inside. I don't recall any announcement about a holiday today, and while I admit to having forgotten what day it is in the past, I'm absolutely certain it's Friday. So where is everyone? Even the entryway to the school is barren. The doors probably won't even open. Yep. Hello? I dance a bit in front of the camera watching the door. It does not respond. You know what? Damien would know what's going on. I flip through my contacts to find Damien's number. I put the phone to my ear and pray that he picks up. After a minute or so of waiting, the dial tone cuts off and is replaced by Damien's voice. Yo, what up, Nico? Hey, Damien. I'm at school right now. It looks like there's no one here. What's that about? What do you... There's a brief pause on the other end of the line. Oh! Didn't you hear? Hear what? Today's the last warm day of the season, so everyone's celebrating. Celebrating? Yeah, we're actually having a cookout at my place today. Say, you want to come over? The generous but spontaneous offer causes me to hesitate for a moment to respond. Thanks for the offer, Damien, but it's alright. I wouldn't want to intrude on your guys' party. What? It's no big deal at all, my dude. My folks enjoy the company, and there's gonna be plenty to eat, too. Plus, Olivia's here as well. Weigh my options. Either go to the party or could just take the metro back home and sit in my room doing nothing. Inky, you still there, buddy? Yeah, still here. It was just clearing my schedule. You sure it wouldn't be an issue? Of course not, amigo. Friend of mine is a friend of the family. Well, alright then. Nice. I'll text you the address. See you soon, compadre. With that, the call ends, and not a few seconds later, I get a text notification. Creighton Road. Fuck off. Go the long way around. The neighbor doesn't chain his dog. I copy and paste the address into my Google Maps and... looks like Damien lives pretty close to the school. Of course, it's a little longer taking Damien's instructions, but I'm not about to try outrunning a loose dog with my physique. Well, better make my way over then. That is where we're actually going to end it. Sorry, guys. I'm still kind of getting over being sick, so shorter episodes right now. Thank you guys so much for joining me. You're awesome as always. I hope you're enjoying this series and others. Don't forget to check out my other channel, Sinfully Pure. Bye, guys.
Good night.